morning, everyone. It's great to be back in the studio and to be talking with His Excellency, the Governor of Massachusetts, Charlie Baker. Governor Baker, good to see you.
Nice to see you too, John.
So this was the week the State House reopened after nearly 2 years closed to the public. This was the legislature's call, and you periodically gently encouraged them to hurry up and open. They finally did. My information is that a significant number of legislators were worried about seeing over-the-top demonstrations like some we've seen at Mayor Wu's home, at your home, over the last couple of years. Do you think they had a legitimate concern there?
Well, I think one of the things we should remember here is the rest of state government on the executive side has been open pretty much since the summer of 2020. There were some limitations, but ultimately, especially the folks where people need to do in-person business, we needed to be open. And we've dealt with demonstrations in the State House forever. I mean, when the building was open pre-pandemic,
yeah.
There were plenty of times when people came in and protested. And, that is in some respects what public buildings are all about. I'm glad the building's open. I had a chance to testify earlier this week at a hearing on tax proposals that we've made, and I hope the building at some point starts to feel like it did back in the day, because it's important for. I think it's really important for all of us that building be a place where people think they can be heard.
I want to talk to you about that tax hearing, but just real briefly. There's been a bill filed that would ban demonstrations closer than 100 yards from the home of an elected official. Think that's a good idea?
I think it could be, and I'll tell you why. People protest. I mean, we have lots of protests outside our house, big ones, some of them. They literally shut down the street in many cases.
They dumped hypodermic needles on your front walk at one point.
But this was, we have neighbors. And for our neighbors who never ran for office, never got elected anything, this was a nightmare. And they were really good sports about the whole thing. And I think people ought to have a right to protest. They ought to have a right to have their voice be heard. But I do have a little trouble with this idea, especially, when people don't necessarily respect or appreciate the fact that somebody lives on either side of elected officials, that we really do put them and their families in a pretty crummy place.
Well, you were up there today, Tuesday, we're taping, testifying in support of $700 million in tax cuts that you proposed, most but not all geared to low-income families and residents. Now, by increasing the point at which the estate tax kicks in from 1 to 2 million and cutting the short-term capital gains tax rate, are you essentially conceding that the so-called fair share amendment on the ballot this fall, the millionaire's tax, is going to pass, and this is a way of blunting the bite that's going to take out of that segment of the population?
I mean, I guess I would say that I'm more concerned about our competitive tax position generally. I've said many times I don't support raising taxes. I think post-pandemic, people have figured out they can live and work in a lot of different places and in a lot of different ways. I think this puts Massachusetts in a more tenuous position. I think it puts all the high-cost, high-tax states in a complicated space.
Well, the legislators loved your proposals for helping seniors and renters and so forth, the Democrats mainly on the committee. But the Senate chair of the Revenue Committee, Adam Hines of Pittsfield, said, quote, "What people in my district are talking about is how Wall Street's going through the roof and breaking records, and yet our food bank lines are going around the block," end quote. Sounds like for him and others who sounded that same note, your capital gains tax cut is DOA.
We'll see. I mean, that 12% short-term capital gains tax we have here in Massachusetts for thousands and thousands of people who just buy mutual funds and participate in sort of aggregated equity programs. Every time those things buy and sell on a short-term basis, they pay a tax on it. And the one thing I will say about Senator Hines, who I have tremendous respect for, he also pointed out that the estate tax, especially for farmers in Western Mass, is an enormous hit to them, most of whom are not cash-rich people. They have a lot of land, and that land has value, but they get hit really hard by that estate tax.
So that cut